gentleman's time has expired. Ms. Walorski, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thanks to all of you witnesses for taking the time to be here. It's been a fascinating discussion. I very am thankful that you're here. We're here to examine the effects of tariffs on jobs and the economy, so I want to share some observations from my district. I want to provide some context before I do. My district is in northern Indiana, second highest concentration of manufacturing jobs in the country. We manufacture RVs, boats, trailers, and other heavy equipment. Plenty of suppliers are also in the area. The unemployment rate in Elkhart County is around 2%, but there's thousands of jobs open on a given day, so really it's more like zero. These are good paying jobs too. The average RV worker salary was $68,000 in 2016, so this is what's at stake. With that in mind, I just want to relay some of the information that I've received from business owners in my district. If they were sitting here today, this is what they would tell you. One manufacturer said we've seen a 50% increase in the price of steel, mostly since the tariffs were announced. Additionally, there's a shortage of steel. We're furloughing the production line in one facility today, and we'll probably have to furlough some of the guys in our main facility later in the week due to lack of availability of material. We've raised our prices to customers because our product is a low margin item. The combination of the increase and the lack of availability is affecting sales. Another manufacturer that produces bearings said, we cannot switch to a U.S. source. It would take 1 to 2 years for us to get approval from our customers if there was a U.S. source. We will continue to import steel and we'll pay the duties. So far, we've incurred about $15,000 in tariff costs with the potential of another $240,000 based upon the orders we've already booked with our Japanese steel supplier. We're moving forward with our exclusion requests. So far, the cost has been close to 100 hours to complete these exemption forms, along with some legal costs for review and advice. We're beginning to talk to our customers regarding possible price increases this summer. A trailer manufacturer said, we have rolling shortages of steel and we're on allocation from our supplier in Utah. Prices have already gone up 25 to 30% respectively on aluminum and steel because of speculation. Now we're seeing a trend past 30 to 35% each, and of course, I'm livid. The manufacturer also canceled a factory expansion that he was planning with his tax cuts. A steel fabricator said, we observed steel prices starting to move up in early 2017 on just the talk of potential steel tariffs and a sharp escalation in steel prices in the last 3 months as the tariffs started to become reality. This has resulted in a 15 to 29% increase in the cost of our steel. To put this in perspective, our increase in steel costs is larger than the entire cost of providing health insurance to our workforce. A component manufacturer said, we are the sole manufacturer left in the United States that manufactures this type of product. Our competitors import all or most of their finished product from either Mexico, China, or Vietnam, etc., therefore avoiding any impact on this tariff. The bottom line in this is if you raise our steel and aluminum prices, our prices will have to increase in order to cover the cost. Our foreign competitors will not be affected. We currently purchase all of our steel and aluminum from domestic sources. A canning company said, we're in the process of trying to build a 147,000 square foot warehouse. The company building the warehouse gets their steel from Canada, a country exempted from the steel tariff. However, we're unable to get a firm quote even out of Canada because prices are beginning to rise there as well, with so much demand shifted to Canada. It's not on hold. We have to build it, so we are at the mercy of a volatile market. And the final story I would share with you is a steel processor said, when purchasing raw materials, we give preference to domestic steel mills wherever possible. We enjoy long, outstanding relationships with many domestic mills. We want them to thrive. The actual dynamics of the entire metalworking market have evolved in the last 40 years. In some cases, we find that domestic mills cannot meet the quality standards required by our customers, or they cannot meet the quality standards at a competitive cost. In those cases, we will buy foreign material. Why put a tariff on these items? And Mr. Chairman, with that, I yield back.
Thank you, Mr.